Hi everyone, this is Rachel. I'm going to be doing a tag video. This is just the random questions tag. I've not really read over them properly, so it is sort of just spur of the moment what my answers will be. First of all, let's get to it. Question number one is, how did you get your YouTube username? My YouTube username is RHW, and the reason why that it's called that is quite a lot of people go, oh, there's RH. We're not from up north, but people say that a lot. Sorry, someone's trying to talk to me on Facebook. But yes, people say that a lot. So R8, and obviously the W comes from my surname, which is Walter. I did want RH, but I think that might have gone. So it's RHW. Question number two. If you could change your name to anything, what would it be and why? I don't know really. It's quite strange question. I like my name Rachel. I would probably change my name to something not as common, because Rachel's quite common. I can't answer that question because I don't really know. When I was born, my dad wanted to call me Barbara after his mum, but luckily, no offence to people called Barbara, but I wasn't called that. I'm quite happy that I wasn't called that, because I find that it's very an old person's name. So, question number three. If you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would it be and why? If I could go back in time and give my younger self advice, I know this is a bit serious, but I would say pick something at uni that you feel that is going to benefit you in the long run. So I did media production as a degree, which is useful, but it's very hard to get into unless you want to move to London or Manchester or Birmingham or whatever. Not really Birmingham, but Manchester more than anything. And I'm not interested in moving outside of Leicestershire. I like living here. And the only other alternative is to do it, commute, which is just ridiculous. I don't like it. I don't like London, no offence to London. I just find it's too busy, and I don't like that. I live in a village at the minute, and I prefer to not have so many people. Be more confident in yourself, and in fact I do have a link to a blog post, which is what I would say to my 5-year-old self, which you could have a look at. I promise that I'm plugging my blog post, but you can have a look if you want. Question number 4, how old were you when you first learned to blow a bubblegum bubble? That's a very random question. Hence why it's called random questions. I was, how old was I? I was about, I wasn't allowed bubblegum at a very, very young age, because you're told if you swallow it, and so I would say I was probably about 6, which is still quite young, but we weren't allowed bubblegum. A lot of the times it was, when you had like ice creams and they had a little bubblegum at the end, that's normally when we had the bubblegum, but generally we weren't allowed to have bubblegum too young, because my mum and dad didn't want us to swallow it, because most of the time kids swallow it, don't they? Actually, I have a funny bubblegum story in terms of bubblegum bubbles. I was with my friends when I was a teenager, and there was a lad that I fancied. I don't know why, but I thought it'd be funny to blow a bubblegum bubble near his face. So I went up to him and went, blow the bubble. But instead of blowing a bubble, it just came out my mouth and onto his face. That is probably the most embarrassing story I've ever had. That's clean. That's not filthy. Because that moment I was just so, oh my god, what have I done? He's definitely not going to like me now. And it's fair to say, we didn't get together. Okay, question number 5. What did you want to be when you were little? Okay, what did I want to be when I was little? I like going on the plane, so I wanted to be, in a strange way, I wanted to be involved in the whole aeroplane, going on holiday process, whether that meant being in the airport or being a hostess or whatever. That was probably, I would say, when I was about 11. But when I was in actual, like, really young, it's probably the usual, like, vets. Actually, do you know, I remember I wanted to work for the RSPCA. I wanted to look after animals. And that didn't happen, unfortunately. Number 6. What do you order at Starbucks? Okay, what do I order at Starbucks? I rarely go to Starbucks because I don't drink coffee or tea. I do drink, like, iced coffee, but it has to be a specific way. I'm not a big milk drinker, so I don't really drink milk. I only have a bit on the cereal, and that's about it. So in terms of what I order at Starbucks, it's normally one of, like, the fruit stuff or slush stuff or something like that. It's probably, I rarely go to Starbucks because I personally think it's overpriced and it's just a bit of a hippie, oh look at me, I can post a picture of this on Instagram thing, rather than an actual, like, it's really nice. I prefer Costa. Their strawberry cream coolers are amazing. Number 7, what's the hardest you've ever laughed? What's the hardest I ever laughed? Well, to be honest, being married to John, my husband, John, who is Bigfoot's son, I laugh all the time. He makes me laugh so much. I think the hardest I ever laughed was probably when I first met him, and that's when I knew I was starting to fall for it. I don't know, the thing is, it's a few things. We were watching Rosie and Jim, and he was doing the voices of of the stuff on there, and obviously that was really funny. Number 8. If you could play any musical instrument, what would it be and why? If I could play any instrument, it would be a piano, mainly because I find that a piano is just so soft and so it can make any song, I find. My granddad had a grand piano, like really, like, nice expensive piano, and whenever we used to go and visit him, my grandma and granddad, we always used to play on it as kids, and it's got good memories, the piano has, for me. And I do know certain songs, but I'm no expert. My sister's a good singer as well, so I could have played the piano and she could have sang. What's your favourite thing to do when you're upset? Okay, so most people would probably say chick flicks and ice cream. No, that's not my favourite thing to do when I'm upset. When I'm with John, it's normally watch a film. It is normally watch a film, but it's not a chick flick. It's normally horrors. I know it sounds stupid. Horrors, thrillers, stuff like that. I love horrors. I normally just like things to distract my mind. It all depends on why I'm upset, really. If it's just me down, or if someone's upset me, or I don't know. It all depends. What's your favourite movie? Okay. What's my favourite movie? I'm gonna have to say Titanic, right? And I've seen it so many times. I just think that visually it's so good. James Cameron did such a good job, and I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm a bit obsessed with him. So I would probably say that's my favourite film. My next favourite film would be Oliver, the musical, Oliver with an exclamation mark. That would probably be my second favourite. Here's Willow. What's one food you can't live without? See, I would say chocolate, but recently, the past couple of days, I've not had any chocolate because I've been on a special diet. And this is my baby. He's a sweetheart. You probably can't see him. Here he is. He's coming to join in. So I don't really know, really. What couldn't I live without? What couldn't I live without, Willow? My favourite dinner is roast dinner. So if I was never allowed a roast dinner in my life, I think I'd just push myself in front of another train. Another train? I've never done it before. What's your favourite dessert? This is easy. Tiramisu. Me and John could go for a whole tiramisu if we allowed. But it's tiramisu. If you've never tried tiramisu, go to your local store and try it, please. Favourite pizza topping, I'm a bit boring with pizza, is probably pepperoni. Boring. 14, would you rather have the superpower to read minds or the superpower to be invisible? I would say invisible, because sometimes reading minds is probably not as good. Sometimes you don't want to read people's minds. I always thought this as a kid, well, not as a kid, I always think this. I always think, imagine if when you die, someone plays this back to you like Big Brother, all the things that people said to you, said about you, whether that's good or bad. I always think, would you want to hear it? Because there would be people that you love and the people that you thought you trusted, but they would probably be saying stuff about you. So, in terms of reading minds, I think some things should be left private. That doesn't mean that when I'm invisible, I will go in people's bedrooms and spy on them. I'm not like that. I wouldn't do that. Leonardo DiCaprio, on the other hand, maybe I would with him, but no one else. So yeah, being invisible would be cool. I think that'd be really good. I mean, imagine just being able to. It depends. So if you could walk through people and walk through walls and stuff like that, then that'd be cool. Because I don't know about walking through walls. You probably wouldn't be able to. If it's like the Harry Potter way, where you have to open the doors and stuff, that's not as good. But I think it'd still be good, because in a way, if you're invisible, you could still, if you wanted to hear about someone bitching about you, you could go and do that. And I don't know. Yeah, definitely invisible. Dean, what did you do for your last birthday? My last birthday, I remember now. We did, because John's birthday is the day before mine, we went to watch a film and we went for a meal, and I bought him a nice Jurassic Park cake. But for my birthday, I don't think we really did anything. So we sort of just had a joint thing on John's birthday. 16, if you had one personal selfish wish, what would it be and why? Selfish. I wish that I could just have 2 or 3 children healthily. And that would be my wish, because that's what I've always wanted. 17, if you were a Pokemon, what would you be called? What would you look like? To be fair, I'm probably a bit like that turtle. I can't remember what it's called. Squish. John loves Pokemon. He could tell me what it's called like that, but I can't remember. I haven't watched Pokemon for years. I haven't played Pokemon for years. Let me have a look. It's gonna bug me. Tortuga or Squirtle, that's it. I knew it was began with S. I'll probably do Squirtle because turtles are generally slow and lazy, like me. But just like the turtle and the hare. Just like the turtle and the hare. Hopefully the turtle wins the race. I'm slow but steady, so who knows, we might get there. That's all the 17 questions. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to do it yourself or comment in the box below your answers. See if they're similar or any different. Please subscribe and follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. I will always reply to your messages, unless it's nasty, then I will just delete them or just tell you to go away. Apart from that, I will leave you to it. Thank you for watching. Bye.